Yeah, so this is going to be the flow of my presentation. So I'll be presenting on the topic that the impact of economic status of the university professors towards their buying attention towards energy efficient appliances. Sir, could you please just go to the next slide? Yeah, so as you can see that the paper basically talks about that how university professors takes the decision towards energy efficient appliances. And here in India, when we talk about energy efficient appliances, there are hierarchy of the category of these products. Like we have star rating in India, where it starts from 1 star to 5 star. 5 star would be the most energy efficient appliance, where it would be slightly expensive compared to its other counterpart like 3 star and 4 star, but it will save a lot of energy. The problem in the Indian context is that people cannot really associate themselves with this very high, expensive, energy efficient appliances. So they generally settle for 3 star and 4 star appliances where they don't really save that much energy. So this is the whole argument with which I started with this university professors. Now, the reason for selection of university professor for this particular analysis is that I wanted to take first very general public for this analysis, but then I got to know that maybe these people are not very very aware about the climate change and the environmental damage that is happening. But when we talk about the people with PhDs and working in the academics, they are very aware about what is happening in the environment, and we have to be very conscious towards the environment and environmental conservation. So they take their decisions very thoughtfully, and they have a green behavior, as we have seen that people are very concerned about the environment. So that was the thesis on which I have worked on this. Now it was found that the economic status does not affect the decision of this energy efficient appliances that I have found in my research, and I will share these results with you. So in one of my previous presentation in some conference, a guy actually asked me that why you did not take any other social, these activists, environmental activists, and the people who are working to conserve, environment. Why you have not taken them as your respondents here? So to that, the response to that is that those people are already very biased towards when it comes to environmental conservation because they are working in the same field. But university professors are very rational consumers, and they are not typically, social activists who work for conservation and all. So they are not biased in their decision. They understand, they value this environmental conservation, but they take decision very rationally. So that's why university professors happen to be my respondent. Sir, could you please just go to the next slide? Yeah. So this is some of the existing work on the same. However, I would want to mention a couple of concepts here. One concept is that individuals who really want to shape their behavior in a very green manner, those who wants to buy only green products, they generally get influenced by the labels that are there on the products, eco label as we talk about. So the labels basically gives you hint that this product may be a green product. So maybe you see a leaf, a green leaf symbol that is used by the company, indicating that this is a green product and all. So sometimes what happens that people buy these products considering that these are actually green products, but happens to be, are actually not green products, which leads to the problem of, this greenwashing as we call it. So greenwashing is one of the problems that leads to green skepticism, that people then start questioning about these green labels also. These eco labels are also, being questioned by these consumers, that maybe if I'm buying this and it says it is green, but I need to do my research on my own level. So maybe it is not. That is one of the phenomena that is taking place and restricting people from taking very rational decision. Another thing is that there is this green paradox. So people who want to buy energy efficient appliances and want to conserve electricity find it very difficult to afford these technologies. Why? Because these, highly, what I would say is these highly energy efficient appliances are comparatively very expensive. So this is another type of hindrance to their consumption behavior. Sir, could you please just go to the next slide? Yeah, so this is going to be the theoretical model of my research. I have tried to adopt this pre-existing model. This is actually based on a fusion of the theory of planned behavior and technology adoption model, under which I have used, sorry, it's on TPB only. the theory of planned behavior, as we can see that attitude is formed of these four cognitive aspects of a person's behavior, and attitude has a direct impact on the purchase intention. Whereas, in order to see that whether the economic impact of these university professors is going to shape their purchase intention or not, or their behavior towards these energy efficient appliances or not, for that I have taken an interaction term of economic status and attitude. Now, as far as the economic status is concerned, I have used the asset score index as a variable here, for which in my survey I had taken on response on 15 essential consumer durable items, which can be energy efficient appliances depending upon the category of these appliances, whether it is 3 stars, 4-star, or 5-star. So I got to know that majority of these university professors are using 3 to 4-star, and very less number of university professors are using 5-star appliances. And on the basis of this 15 asset index, I have taken those people who have more than 7 number of these essential assets, essential consumer durables at their home, will be taken as above economic status, average economic status, and those who have less than 7 or 7 consumer durables will be called as below this threshold. So that is my categorization, and this is a dummy variable, a binary variable 0 and 1. The objectives of my research are, so just could you please just go to the previous slide? Next one.
Is it next, this one?
Objectives, sir. Yeah, this one. So I wanted to examine that whether these variables, which I have let down in this model, have direct impact on the buying attention, or is it the attitude which has the strongest impact among all these variables? So the research methodology that I have followed is, so the total sample that I have used is of 300 university professors. And the model that I have used is a partial least square model. That is structural equation under the structural equation modeling, for which I have used Smart PLS to process the data, and I have used Seminar package in R. So if you look at the results, so could you just go to the next slide, sir? And next one, sir, the table, first table. Yeah, this one, sir. So this is the sample profile. As you can see that the sample is dominated by the male individuals. And if you talk about their education status, because these are university professors, majority are PhDs, and almost a majority are taxpayers also. There are some people who are working on contracts, so that's why they are not under the fold of taxation. So they don't pay income tax, but majority are paying. So it's an economically well-off sample. So they can afford these technologies, they can afford these appliances, but still they are opting for 3-star and 4-star appliances. Economic status, as far as the employment status goes, majority are from the private universities, very few are from the public university. And income slab, if you see that majority are in the income tax categorization. Sir, next slide, please. Next. Yeah, so this is the overall result that I want to show. There are supportive tables ahead, but just to give you an overview of the sample. So the overall, overall reliability of the constructs is very high. As you can see that the value factor loadings are ranging from 0.89 to 0.957, which is very high, indicating that these individual items questions are measuring the same latent variable, which I'm trying to measure here. The composite reliability is also very high. If you talk about the average variance extracted, that means the variability is captured by these individual items, and collectively they are forming the same latent variable. As far as their uniqueness is concerned, the STMT ratio that I have used is heteroid monotrite ratio, is indicative of that each of these latent variables are unique in its nature and do not have any kind of correlation among these individual constructs. The results are further explained in the next tables. I'll just move to the next table. I'll just show you the table results. So next slide. Yeah. So as you can see here, all the factor loadings are above 0.7, indicates that the correlation among these items and the latent variable is very high. All these individual items are highly correlated with the constant and are measuring the same component. Cronbach alpha talks about the same reliability, which means that these are collectively measuring the same unique latent variable. Average variance extracted I have already explained. So overall, if I see that the questions that I have asked in my research are very unique and are individually, make sense when I ask these questions.
One more minute.
These dimensions. Yes, sir. Please. Yes, sir.
1 more minute.
Yes, sir. Please. Okay, I have 1 more minute. Thanks. So, I'll just skip to the next, the last final diagram. So, could you please just go to the next slide? This I've already discussed. Yeah, this one, sir. I wanted to show you this one. So, as you see that this is the summary of the overall analysis, where if you can see that the relationships are shown by these arrows, and the strength of the relationship is depicted by the boldness of these arrows. If you can see that the first arrow that is coming from the environmental concern towards the attitude and going towards the purchase intention is very bold, indicating that it is having the highest or the most strongest relationship, and it is affecting the attitude, comparatively more. Similarly, environmental knowledge and eco-label knowledge has some impact, but subjective norms or their perceived knowledge does not affect their attitude. That means the individuals are taking their decision independent of whatever other people say. So they are very firm in their decision making. And if you talk about the interaction terms impact, that is economic status and economic and attitude, it is insignificant as the p-value is greater than 0.05. Last is, could you please just go to the summary part? Okay, before the summary.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, summary. So, I mean, overall, my findings of this research was, because when we talk about energy conservation, conservation can actually happen when we transition from less energy efficient appliances to more energy efficient appliances, which uses less of energy. That means it eventually will have to put less stress on these natural resources which we are burning for generating electricity, and this will give us slightly more time to transition to because if the pressure on these natural resources is very high, I don't think so it will give chance to Indian economy at least to transition towards these green technologies or green energy. So this can actually help for some time put less stress on the natural resources. And another thing that I want to mention here is in India, the government of India was actually giving a lot of subsidies on buying these electric vehicles, EVs. But when it comes to the home appliances, there is no such scheme of the government where people are actually given some kind of subsidies or some kind of benefit to go for these energy efficient appliances, which I think is very paradoxical in the sense like you are promoting EVs, which uses a lot of energy, a lot of electricity, but electricity is made by using the conventional means. Whereas if you give
Dr. Kumar,
energy efficient appliances, yeah, thank you, sir.
Can we finish up, please? Last sentence.
Yeah. Okay. I'll just conclude. Overall, my experience was that since I have worked on university professors, this research can actually be extended to the general public, and then we can actually have comparison across the classes of people, like maybe based on income or gender or something else. So this gives more opportunity to the other people to study the consumer behavior in much more detail using a sample of heterogeneous peoples. Thank you.